My eyes have lips and sweet kisses. My green eyes drip red roses. I will make my fortune so. But my eyes are a wayward harlot. In bare places I find my lovers. The little poetry aside, last night understand dropped into my mind, like it always and suddenly does. I perceived how looking at one's own life, one's own internal treasure, gives it an allowance to be. It is the eyes, the looking, the observing of one's own internal capacity and treasures that activates it. Perhaps we can say whatever we look at will grow. We must keep our dream, our destiny, our bank account, inside us and look at it with reassurance of hope. What a strange power this is. It works by the physics of approval or permission, because the internal dream and its treasure stirs uncertainly inside us, a thing that wobbles, a quantum wobble. It is yet in flux, not knowing if it can be or may be, and it is the permissive eyes that attenuates or modulate it, like a kind of frequency, to fit into being, to pass as a valid state into the valid state of the natural world. Eyes can deem a thing to be. Now this power, suited for our prosperity, must also fulfill itself and its strength in its opposite, that is when we look with envy. So when we envy our neighbor or someone on television, the power of the eyes above starts working to destroy us. First, because we look away from dabbing our own internal treasures with our green eyes that drop red roses, and secondly, when we envy we convincingly believe that there is something we do not have, which must fulfill itself in the way of our harlot eyes. We have chosen our lovers in bare places. On another topic, there is a woman in my nearby family. She is old and has become psychotic, with delusions of paranoia. Unfortunately, her madness has chosen to advance itself through fierce anger, energies from the mindless deep. This kind of anger can create thought forms onto the victims, brooding clouds, destructive forces. So I have kept an eye out for this. But last night I sensed the Lord himself say to me, as though with admonition, I will take care of her if you keep her out of your head. So there we have it. It is talking about an interesting principle. Let us borrow some words from physics for the sake of the point. It is talking about the quantum reflexive amplifier in our brain, a sort of pole in the ground of our mind. When we keep thinking about someone in our head, their intention swirls in our mind around some center point of focus, a pole in the ground, but this, like a quantum creative field, can now make the thing real, because when a wish is by itself it is weak. When a wish has agreement, being reflected by another consciousness, it amplifies it into existence. This also explains why the angel, strangely, had told another man of God that curses do not land but you must keep them out of your awareness, or words to that effect.